Hello everybody, welcome from our honeymoon. We're here because we forgot totally to thank everybody. My thank yous were awful.
They weren't
after my
awful, they were
speech.
non-existent.
Okay,
Mine were pretty awful.
and when I handed it over to Brigit, hers were awful because I hadn't written the list. So we have made a decision to try and thank everybody here and post something somewhere. That's not my thing, but Brigit will play with that. Anyway, so
we've made a list. We've made a list, so we really hope we don't leave anyone out.
but we may do.
We may
And
do.
for that we apologise and might add something later.
We're like one of those Economy 7 advertisements from the 80s. Anyway, first of all, and there's no real particular order again here.
No to any order.
But the first, France, Miranda and Franca, we want to thank you for more than we can ever say.
Yeah,
you were just
totally.
amazing in the run up to the wedding and on the day and afterwards, so thank you.
Totally,
Thank you
and
so
without
much.
you it would not have been what it was.
It wouldn't.
It really would have not have been what it was.
Especially for the creativity.
Yeah.
And all the love. And Leo, for filming, you know, we haven't seen yet what you filmed, but we know that you filmed something like
Hours
3
of it.
hours and took a lot longer as well, wandering around looking for what to film, and we know that you're going to be spending hours and hours editing
On
it.
the run-in and after, and the aftermath of it all, and so yeah, it's cool.
I hope you didn't miss the wedding.
No.
God, Leo.
Yeah.
And Sally, our lovely celebrant, thank you so much. Yes, wow.
Totally.
Green and Away, you know, the venue. In particular, we wanted to thank Rachel, who was the events coordinator, basically for being such an amazing events organizer. And every time we had a problem, every single time we had a problem, right up until the night before, when I got an email at about 11:30 at night saying the glasses hadn't arrived for the PIMS, Rachel said, "Don't worry, I'll sort it." So thank you, Rachel.
Every time, I'll sort it, definitely. Bridget and I were talking and we said that if we ever needed anything, wouldn't we just headhunt Rachel?
Yeah, seriously.
Totally.
Yeah, watch out, Green and Away.
Extraordinary.
My mum, Isabel, basically for paying for us to have this extraordinary venue. Again, we couldn't have done that without you, and
No.
so sad that you are not well enough to be there. But hopefully you'll see all of the videos. Thank you, Leo.
And see this thank you as well,
Yeah,
Isabel,
yeah.
because it's massive that you enabled us to book Green and Away over a year ago, and
Yeah,
so
gosh.
huge, unbelievable. Well, where to start? James and Jim, extraordinary, extraordinary. Your creativity, your ability to just know what to do when it comes to organising all the drinks, the gin, the PIMS, everything. Just
Shopping.
The shopping, unbelievable that you, wow, it just leaves me in awe of your ability to be able to organise and create. And yeah, James, just your creativity astounds me, extraordinary and beautiful, and we love you both. And
We think
it
you
was-
should set up a gin bar company.
Well, we actually think we should, but yeah. But thank you so much. You created that from our idea, and without you, well, it wouldn't have been anything like that. It was extraordinary.
And also Jasmine,
Yeah.
that amazing,
Oh gosh, the sign.
incredible
I don't know how many of you saw
picture,
saw the sign with gin bar written on it, but it's unbelievably clever and
the bottles.
beautifully done. And that's my niece Jasmine, who's just about to go to just about to go to uni to study art, I think. But Jasmine, thank you so much. Incredible. We loved it. Totally. As did so many other people. Yeah.
Charlotte, whoa, Charlotte, I can't thank you enough for actually offering to sing me up the aisle. That's possibly the most special thing. I mean, that made me cry a year ago when you said you'd do it, and it made me well up as well when I could hear you as I was walking in. So thank you for that, and thank you also for everything else you did, for being an amazing organiser. I gather you held a meeting.
Yeah.
Before
It was
you.
cool.
That was great.
Yeah.
And for helping me as well, for coming and helping me, for helping put stuff on my eyes, which I don't usually do, and for the beautiful daisies around my hair, and just for being a rock. Yeah, if ever, I was saying afterwards, if ever I needed to choose out of 1 million people and I were to choose one person to have on my team first, I'd choose you.
Yeah, Charlotte, incredible.
I would.
Incredible, beautiful.
then, and now I don't know who was here. I've been looking at photographs, and Rob's been telling me about all the people who decorated the marquee, because when I left on Friday night there was a marquee. When I arrived on Saturday there was a wedding tent, and it was just, I just kept looking around. I kept being distracted actually by all the beautiful decorations, and I think I know that France was
massive,
hugely involved in that,
and basically started it with the arch and the circle with the stones, and sort of started to bring the greenery in, and everybody picked up on that.
And then Carol, I think, made the fabulous the wreath behind that was hanging on the velvet curtain. And then I also know that Anne Christine and Ren, and Laura and Jasmine, Ange, Alison and Annie, Jade, Jane, Holly, and Louise. And also Louise, thank you for staying behind afterwards and helping us with all the clearing up. I just kept noticing you in the background, giggling away.
Extraordinary, Louise.
Thank you.
Extraordinary.
And Holly, also thank you for spending so much time looking after Indy and Pippin and Arietti, so that James could be freed up to do all the stuff that he did.
Also with that, Liz for sending up bucket loads of flowers with Alison. Oh, Liz, they're fantastic.
They're beautiful. We've still got the last of them here.
They're hanging on in there a bit
now, but we brought some with us.
They've seen us. They've seen the honeymoon out. It was pretty cool.
Cakes, everyone. Oh my goodness, the cakes.
Where to start? Well, let's start with Mel for the wedding cake. That's the first one, and then who do we know who brought cakes with them?
Gordon brought some crazy chocolate cakes.
Gordon brought 2 amazing chocolate cakes.
And then there's a blue iced cake covered in stars. There was an iced cake with a big bumblebee on
like
top.
the energy balls, or
energy balls. I know.
Were they energy balls, or just?
And then we bought. There wasn't much cake left, but there was a little bit of cake. Whoa. Orange and poppy seed that we bought back, and we've been having here, and it was pretty amazing. So thank you for all the cake.
Yeah, and for those that we haven't thanked for the cakes because we don't know who it was, incredible. It was an amazing display of cakes as well.
And Indy and Pippin for making bride and groom figures out of clay. They were awesome, absolutely awesome. Yeah. And then Mike as well for bringing. He
brought a lot of stuff up with him. Brought a lot of the tonics and things with him. He towed the caravan back for us afterwards and took a lot of stuff back with him. And so actually, without him being able to do that, we wouldn't have been able to get everything there in the first place. I don't think so.
No way.
Again, that's pretty important. And Jade as well, incredible, darling, for everything you did for over the course of the.
Oh, those beautiful flowers.
4 or 5 days that you were there as well, because I mean, like us, you were there for the duration.
The sign as well.
Yeah, and for helping clear up, and for just incredible. I love you, darling. Incredible.
And Tommy.
Oh, Tommy as well. Yeah, for advice with the music when I don't know too much about Bluetooth and all that sort of stuff. And so that's great, Tommy, for checking the playlists and thinking, that's good, saying that's good to me when I was doubting it, and for doing the announcing on the day.
Encouraging you to have a gin bar?
Yeah, probably. For Mairead's benefit, I'll add quickly. Thanks, Tommy. Cool.
Who else? There's still a few more. Okay, so we're going to try and whiz through this now.
I'm having trouble reading this.
Okay, to my grandchildren for just being so beautiful and adorable, and Indy for being the ring bearer. To everybody who took photographs, because we've been sneaking into a cafe in Hay on Wye, because we're off grid here. This is a completely off grid honeymoon in an old bus behind us, but we've been going in, we've been in twice, haven't we? To a cafe and had a sneak look at the photographs, and so many times people take photographs at weddings but then you never see them, so thank you. And then who else? Oh, Natalie and Martin, thank you for doing the meeting and greeting. So for those of you who arrived on Saturday morning, it was Natalie and Martin, my friend Natalie and her husband Martin, who helped with the meeting and the greeting, and I know they enjoyed that because they got to meet people. To all the people who came, to everybody who came.
So many of you came so far, and a lot of you who were arriving on the Friday and the Friday evening arrived in torrential weather, and I remember seeing Steve and Helen and Pete and Line trudging across the field with ponchos on and soaking wet, and just thinking, God, they must be thinking, why on earth did we say yes? Not only have we driven, I think Steve drove for 5 or 6 hours to get there, and then he gets there and it's pouring with rain, and then he's staying in his tent.
Scary.
And it's like, but amazing, you know, they're just incredible that you made the effort to come. I mean, we could never thank you enough for that. But then, of course, there are people that came even farther and came from abroad, and which is
Peter.
huge. Totally.
Peter from Dubai, Laura
Yeah,
and Yasmin from
Amber
France,
from
Amber
Greece.
from Greece,
Crazy.
and Christine from Switzerland.
Yeah, France, of course, from Holland, and Mark, my brother, from Spain. You know, those, all of you, was so important to us. It meant so much to us that you guys were there, and the fact that you've gone to that effort was just wonderful.
I'd like to thank you for the most amazing surprise of my life ever. Well, Martha Tilston being there, and also to
the goddess that is Martha Tilston.
Yeah, because you've been in love with her too, aren't you?
Yeah, totally.
Yeah. And to Charlotte and Louise. Charlotte, for that an amazing gift to have Martha Tilston playing at our wedding, and Louise for keeping it a secret. I don't know how you managed to do that.
And when I needed to hand it over to Louise, because I was so busy, but I'd done the initial sort of corresponding, and I handed it over to Louise to deal with Martha's manager and the PA and all that. She was just straight on the case and had it sorted. Louise, that's just incredible.
Thank you, Louise.
Yeah, thank you so much.
And then we're nearly at the end now, so you'll be relieved to hear. So we wanted to thank everybody for the gifts. So we've had some lovely gifts. We brought them all back in the bags to the bus, and we opened some of them on the evening when we got here on the Sunday. We got here a little bit later on the Sunday than we were supposed to, because my new husband lost the car keys. So we didn't get away from Greenaway when we expected to. And I had to really think, okay, what was that vow? The vow about, will you ever anger me or upset me? No. But you didn't.
No.
And also you got so many brownie points from Martha Tilston.
Yeah, well, okay, good.
And everybody, for all of your contributions towards our field fund, it's really going to make a difference. So thank you. I know it's a boring thing to be giving somebody money towards a fund of something like that, but it is going to make a difference. So we're going to have a massive
look what you bought us
look
party.
What you bought us party. Hopefully one day soon. Hopefully.
Well, we'll see when the time's right, when it's good.
And then finally,
one more I just want to place in. Phil, for the staff you whittled that morning, you have no idea how poignant that is and how much that means to me coming from you. That is unbelievable. I just could never thank you enough for that. That is just something very, very, very special.
Yeah. And lots of people have said they had a lot of fun. We had the best day ever. I think a lot of people had an enormous amount of fun, but thinking about it, we didn't do this on our own.
No.
It's because of not just these people, but all of the people who came and were so open about. I mean, people, you know, my Aunt Anne, Dominic, bringing my Aunt Anne, and lots of other people who've never been to a thing like this before and didn't know what to expect, but they all took a leap of faith and thought, okay, we'll come to this. Yeah. We'll go to this field in the middle of nowhere and be there whilst Rob and Brigit tie the knot. So without all of you, without all of these people who did all of these things, and everybody else there who just basically enjoyed themselves, thank you.
And created the atmosphere of love and happiness and laughter and joy, and just all mucked in. And yeah, all we did was find an amazing venue, have a few ideas, and fortunately quite a few people when you think about the list, helped us put these ideas into place. And then it's you guys who came and brought with you smiles and love and happiness, and yeah, so without you guys it would not have been the same.
Thank you.
Thank you. And one last thing, I would just really, really love to thank Aunt Mary, Tor and Jill for just adding a bit of glamour and lippy to the whole occasion. Thank you. Love you. I hope it's been recording, because it may not have done.
I'm going to wave.